What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing so far this weekend? If you're wondering how I am doing, I think I'm better now. Little update on the 270. Just want to apologize for not really getting much out during last week. It just was a super busy week for me. I know I've been saying and promising and talking about setting up this tank. If anybody's been coming back and checking for that, you're going to see a lot of it this weekend. Finally, I've got a nice 3-day weekend from work, but wanted to talk to you guys about what kind of delayed it. So we got the tank in place, and I noticed that it was rocking from corner to corner. Um, Took a level, kind of checked everything, realized it was kind of a little bit of both. The stand, I'm sure, just tweaked, warped a little bit during shipping. Something I don't know exactly for sure, but I'm sure the stand was a little bit off, but mostly the floor is just a little bit unlevel here. Kind of moved it around to some different spots and finally realized there's not much else to do to fix this besides shimming it. So that's what I've been doing all morning. And oh boy, it was a mission, but I think I got it. I mean, I put shims basically every 2 to 3 inches along every single part of the stand that wasn't completely touching the floor. Um, by the way, if any of you guys have experience with this, if you've done this before, please feel free to comment. Let me know if I'm missing something or if there's something different I should do. This is all new to me. I've never had to do this with a tank. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I did research. I watched videos of other people. I looked everything up on Google and Chat GPT and just anything I could think of to figure out, what's the best way to do this to really hold and distribute the weight. So just kind of did it based off of all of that. And the conclusion that it came to was I got a couple of packs of these. Got this from Lowe's. It's $2.50 for 12 composite shims or plastic. They do call them composite. They're just a really tough, strong plastic. In my opinion, just based on the research that I've done and everything I was looking at, don't do this with wood if you ever have to do something like this for a couple of different reasons. The biggest one is the wood is somewhat soft. So, especially if you have a bigger tank like this, I mean, maybe you'd get away with wood doing like a 55 or a 40 gallon. It's not going to be that super heavy weighing down on it. But if you have to shim up, something bigger, 125 or more, I really think based on what I've seen that you'd want to use these plastic shims. Here's a full one, just a complete one. They've got all these little ridges. It's for snapping it off. They're kind of pre-scored to get it under there. Boom, lift it, snap it. That way there's not excess shim hanging out that you can see or kick. Did the best I could with that too. I mean, if you're looking for it, you're gonna see a little bit of these shims because I really had quite a gap, probably quarter of an inch or so on this far left corner. So it's easy to see the shims there, but I do have I put a little rug down trying to kind of distract from it. But these shims, the composite ones, are so tough, so strong, they're not going to compress from the weight of your tank. Not only that, but if you get water on them, it's not going to hurt them. Compared to wood, if you are doing water changes and as careful as you can be, you're still going to drip water at different points. I know I do. Heck, even just feeding the fish, I'll open the tank and a couple of them come up so fast they flip water out every single time. So it's hard to avoid, and just keep that in mind if you're doing this and you want to try to use wood. That would soak up some of that water and maybe lose some of its integrity. But that's what I've been working on and got them in there. I've used a level here. It's a 4-foot level. And I have checked this damn tank in every single way, every direction. It's shimmed up. The level shows that it's level. I mean, the bubble is not, absolutely perfect, but it's not touching either of the lines right in the middle. It's every direction. I feel like it's as good as I'm going to get this damn thing. So fingers crossed. I mean, I guess I'll find out in a year or two because that's, the problem that I've seen with something like this in acrylic tanks. It's not like I'm going to fill it and halfway through it's going to start bowing or creaking and just explode. Even if there's enough stress to really compromise it in some way, enough pressure because of how everything's set up with the stand, it's going to hold it for a long time. I'll end up letting my guard down and think, well, I did it. And then, 2 years later, it's going to explode in the middle of the night and flood the entire house. But fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. I will absolutely post some videos of that if that happens. But that's what I've been working on. And now that it's done, now that it feels solid and nice, I'm going to literally pull the lids off, step in there, clean all the dust and everything off of the sides of the tank. There's still, I don't know, it's probably like sawdust and just leftover stuff like that, some paper, little strips of plastic, and just some random little things that builds up there in the tank while they're making it in the factory. But once all of that gets cleaned up, I can then move on to just everything else. The really disappointing part, though, doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to fill the tank this weekend, which really sucks. I wanted to get it full. I'm going to put a couple of established sponges on to really, jumpstart the cycle. I've got a whole liter of stability, CChem stability to dose it. I think you do like a double dose the first day and then do about half of that every single other day for the next week or something. I'll follow the instructions on that. Maybe show you guys a video of how I kind of jumpstart the cycle. But even with that, I feel like I want the tank to run for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so. Really want the canister filters to start building up some bacteria colonies. So not filling it this weekend sucks. It's going to delay moving the fish probably a whole nother week. The reason why is this coming Thursday on the 22nd, I have a delivery coming for basically the main decorations, the main hardscape that's going in the tank. I went ahead and ordered some logs from Aqua Decor. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Aqua Decor. They make incredible stuff. Fake logs and fake driftwood pieces, custom backgrounds for your tanks. I mean, they are absolutely amazing. It's a fake, of course, it's resin, plastic logs, whatever they use for it. But gosh, they look so real, super durable. They're going to last forever. They're kind of pricey. I won't lie. I'll talk to you guys about that when the order comes in and just, tell you how much I spent. It really splurged on that. But it's something I've always wanted to do. Seen Aqua Decor products and just really wanted to try it. So finally did that. But I think that's what's going to delay me from really setting everything up. I don't want to put the sand, and I've got some flagstone that I'm putting in, a couple other things. The main thing needs to be in there first. I need to see how those logs are going to go so then I can come back through and kind of put the secondary stuff, and got to do fake plants in here before you guys jump on me in the comments about that. These spanner barbs or T-barbs that I have that are going in here, those guys are just relentless. I have not found a plant that they won't just destroy down to the stem, gone. Anubias, they destroyed, I think, 4 or 5 different species of Anubias, which, as I was researching those fish, from what I saw, people were saying Anubias works well with them. They're just a little, I guess, too tough of a leaf for them to eat. Well, that was just not right, because mine just destroyed it. I was so disappointed. In the 125, I had the Anubias growing so well. I had a really nice Amazon sword in there that had, grown out real nice in the corner. But anyways, it's going to be some fake plants. It's going to look really nice, but I think for this weekend, I'll get it cleaned. I can get all the hoses, the inlets and outlets for the filters in there. I can run the hoses for the air pumps because I'm running the sponge filters. Get the heater in there in place. Get the lights in there. Get them hooked up to their timer, the smart plug that I use to control them. So I'll get all of that stuff done this weekend. little bit of maintenance I need to do on the canister filters on my 360 gallon. So come back to the channel. I'm going to do a couple of things there, replacing the UV bulbs. If you guys are interested in kind of seeing what that looks like, definitely come back later on this afternoon. Probably do a couple of shorter videos for that. I know this one's a little bit longer, so if you guys want to just kind of see updates, but in a shorter fashion, I'll have a couple of those out for everybody too. But again, just wanted to update everyone. I know it's been a little while, and if anybody's been coming back looking for this tank, because I've talked about it for so long, finally going to see a little bit more going on with it. But thanks for joining me today, guys. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and hope you guys come back and check out the progress as we make it through this 3-day weekend. Thanks, everybody. Bye.